Okay, please continue. I'm ready.
Please share your screen and let me know once you have done so. Then we can proceed with the questions.
Yes, I share my screen.
Great, thank you. Let's start by discussing your coding background. Can you tell me about your areas of expertise and the languages, tools, or frameworks you are most familiar with? Thank you for sharing your
Oh,
screen. Based on your resume, it seems you have a strong background in Python and experience with large-scale systems. Could you elaborate on your expertise in these areas and any other languages or tools you're proficient in?
yes, I'm an experienced software engineer specialized in building high-performance, large-scale systems that power AI application used by millions of users, generating billion in revenue skin in Python, TypeScript, and Rust. I hand-on experience using coding agents like Codex, Cloud Code, and Copilot to accelerate development, automate refactoring, and ensure production-grade code quality for the next generation machine learning platform.
That sounds impressive. You've mentioned using coding assistants like Copilot and Codex. Could you tell me how they have specifically improved your development process and any challenges you faced while integrating these tools?
Yes, to accelerate uh, the development, automate refactoring, I reduce the time from the idea to implementation. I use context aware for code generation using coding agent to generate boilerplate API client data model define definition instantly. Um, I use from by
It sounds like
feature.
you've successfully integrated these tools to automate and accelerate various coding processes. Could you share more about how you handle challenges related to code quality and reliability when using automated refactoring?
So when using the automate refactoring, I always ensure the quality reliability by combining static analysis, unit test, code review. I run the full test suite before and after refactoring to confirm behavior consistently, and I verify deep manually for critical modules. This keep automation efficient while maintaining chart in code stability.
It's excellent that you ensure code quality through static analysis, unit testing, and code reviews. How do you handle scaling issues when dealing with back-end systems to ensure they can efficiently support millions of users and high transaction volumes?
I ensure the quality and scalability by combining automate refactoring with the strong test coverage, static analysis, CI/CD check. This let the test chain, this let changes scale efficiently across different code base.
Thank you for explaining your approach. Let's dive deeper into your expertise with Python. Can you describe how you optimize backend performance in Python, especially for handling high-load situations?
Of for high load situation, I use fast API, and I optimize the performance through the async I/O, caching, batching operation for filing, hotspot, reduce latency and resource usage.
You mentioned optimizing for high-load situations using techniques like async I/O, caching, and reducing latency. Could you provide an example of how you've implemented these techniques in a specific project?
Yes, for example, I sing async I/O and ready to caching to handle 10 time API request with lower latency under high load.
Thanks for sharing that. It sounds like you've effectively used async I/O to handle high loads and reduce latency. Let's shift to your work with machine learning workflows. Can you explain how you integrate these workflows into production APIs for real-time predictions and analytics?
Um, yes, I use async I/O with framework like Fast API or AIO HTTP run via Unicorn or G-Unicorn. Um, that K-Unicorn
It
worker
seems
dot
like you're using Fast
Unicorn worker
API
for
with
production
G-Unicorn
async
to
from.
run your applications. That's a solid choice for performance. Could you explain how you ensure that machine learning models are efficiently served and maintained for real-time predictions within this setup? I can't see the specific content on the screen, but let's continue our discussion. How do you ensure that the machine learning models are efficiently served and maintained for real-time predictions within your current setup?
So async I/O helps up ML model by handling many concurrent predictions request efficiently and reduce latency for real-time inference.
You mentioned handling concurrent requests efficiently. How do you ensure low latency when multiple requests are made for model inferences simultaneously?
Uh, I use async batching and model warm up and caching to keep inference latency low under high load.
Ensuring low latency through methods like model warm-up and caching is a great strategy. Let's move on to your experience with distributed systems. Can you describe a specific challenge you faced with distributed systems and how you approached solving it?
Yes, model serve under heavy traffic solution. I use load balancing and Reddit queue plot with multiple async worker to distribute request and keep latency low.
Using load balancing and request distribution is essential to managing heavy traffic effectively. Let's explore another area. Can you share your experience with data ingestion and handling TV scale datasets? How do you ensure fault tolerance in such systems?
Yes, for the data ingestion, I use message queue, Kafka, or Rabbit queue or Redis stream with retry and checkpoint to make data ingestion fault tolerant.
We're now moving on to the code review portion of the interview. Are you ready to begin problem 1?
Yes, I do.
I'll provide a code snippet now. Let me know when you can see the code, and you can take a moment to read it silently before we begin.
Yet same thing IO semaphore. Yet I'm
Take a
ready.
moment to review the code. Once you're ready, could you walk me through what you think this code is supposed to do?
This Python code asynchronously fetch JSON data from multiple URL using IO HTTP and async IO while limiting the concurrent C with the semaphore mark file request at one. I mean, it loads the recent from 10 API endpoint in parallel efficiently without overloading the server.
Great. It looks like the code fetches JSON data from multiple endpoints, with a limit on concurrency using a semaphore. Can you identify any potential issues in the code that might prevent it from working as expected?
Yet a few potential such as
Take a close look at the semaphore usage and the scope of your
async
context
IO get
manager
even loop
inside the
may
fetch
fail,
function.
missing
Is
the
there anything
error
that stands
handling
out as a potential issue?
using async.gather not as not sound better to use async with AIO HTTP client session.
You've correctly identified the use of async with for handling requests. Take a closer look at how the semaphore is used when making requests. Is there anything you would adjust to manage concurrency effectively?
Yet it in the semaphore you may be mid replay. It should be it should wrap the whole request, not the that response. I will use async with same async with session dot get URL at response return await response dot json which ensure the concurrency is actually limited.
You've identified a possible issue with the semaphore. Wrapping it around the session.get call makes sense to ensure concurrency is properly managed. Now, looking at the rest of the code structure, do you see any other improvements or potential issues in the way tasks are being managed or executed?
Yes. Task management issue async.gather task should be used async.gather star task to run all start concurrency. Fix I will use resign equal async.gather star task.
Using async.gather can indeed help manage tasks concurrently. Now, considering the execution and task management, do you see any areas for improvement in how exceptions might be handled within this code? Thank you for sharing the code. To address exceptions, consider how you might handle errors within the async with session.get block. What are some strategies you could use to ensure robust error handling within the request process?
I will add child except inside the request block a string with same child, a string with a string get URL and accept exception at e return URL error, string error, handle multiple, handle timeout, HTTP error, and JSON receive safely.
Great idea to catch exceptions like timeouts and HTTP errors to ensure resiliency. Now, looking at the code as a whole, is there any part of the code you'd refine to improve its overall robustness or efficiency even further?
So I proper semaphore usage ensure concurrency is limited using using.run instead of duplicate event loop method, error handling, catch the timeout, connection issue, and HTTP error ensure session closure with a sync with HTTPO or IO HTTP dot client session.
Using Neurozanzio run instead of handling event loops manually is a good improvement for clarity and reliability. Consider also discussing any cleanup processes to ensure resources are managed effectively. Is there anything else you'd like to adjust or explore further in this code?
I will use a sync with client session to ensure automatic connection cleanup. I explicit a wait session close inside finally block to ensure the closure even if task fail. Child finally to block to ensure the cleanup on exception or cancellation. A sync dot gather and return exception equal to prevent task from being cancelled mid-run. Keyboard interrupt handling for manual shutdown.
Let's wrap up problem 1. Now, I'll provide you with a new code snippet for problem 2. This might take a moment to load, so please let me know when you see the code. Once it's up, feel free to take a moment to read it silently before we begin.
Okay.
Take a moment to read the new code snippet. Once you're ready, could you describe what you think this code is intended to do?
Yes, I'm ready.
This code is intended to interact with an SQLite database using SQLnjos. It defines a user table and includes functions to add a user and retrieve a user by ID. Can you walk me through any potential issues or improvements you noticed in this code?
Yet issue session not initialized properly defined should be never instant unit to call session equal session function don't use the same session both get user and add user define the session equal session as default. This create a new session every time not ideal. Get user may return none in the main block. Print user.name could raise attribute error if you none, so improve create a single session instance, avoid mutable default argument, add none, check for safety.
You've pointed out important aspects, like session mismanagement and mutable default arguments. To ensure robust session handling, make sure sessions are created and closed properly. Are there any other database interactions or data integrity checks you might consider adding to improve this code?
To add DB interaction with the integrity